Do you want to know the truth, or do you want me to tell you what you want to hear? Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but underneath are ravenous wolves. By their fruits ye shall know them. Matthew 7:15. We're going to start today with two Bible scriptures, actually. 2 Corinthians 13:1. This is the third time I am coming to you. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall every word be established. It's important to remember this, because I'm going to reveal today in this video a truth that's not going to be popular, that people aren't going to want to hear. But I have proof for it in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, and I have other evidence and facts on top of it. This man is a lying fraud telling you what you want to hear. Now, I'm sure that's going to make a lot of people mad because they love Tucker Carlson, because he has, in the past, told them what they wanted to hear and seemed as if he was being genuine doing so. He's in it for the money. Now, where's my proof? Let's begin. Let's start here. Trump lawyer Sidney Powell hits back at rude Tucker Carlson, says she offered affidavit and witness on voter fraud. So apparently, there's something going on behind the scenes that doesn't make sense to logic. You would think that she and Tucker Carlson would be on the same sheet of music, being willing to work together and bringing to light the truth. Well, let's read. Following Fox News host Tucker Carlson blasting her for not appearing on his program to discuss voter fraud allegations, Donald Trump's lawyer, Sidney Powell, has claimed she offered evidence but was turned down. Carlson claimed that Powell got angry with him and repeatedly refused to appear on his program to lay out evidence of voter fraud. Her response? No, and this is a quote, "I didn't get angry with the request to provide evidence," Powell said. Continuing the quote, "In fact, I sent an affidavit to Tucker that I had not even attached to pleading yet to help him understand the situation, and offered him another witness who could explain the mathematics and the statistical evidence far better than I can. I'm not really a numbers person," she said. She goes on to accuse Carlson of then being insulting, demanding, and rude, and she asked that he not contact her again in those terms. Carlson claimed that his show had also contacted people in positions of authority in the Trump campaign, who claimed Powell had not provided them with evidence either, trying to discredit her. Now, let's put that in context with this. You would think he would have been warm and cordial and willing to work with Sidney Powell. But way back, September 19th, 2019, way before all of this election stuff was happening, Allison Camerata, who is one of the old guard from Fox News, in fact, she was at Fox News when Tucker Carlson was still at MSNBC. See, a lot of people don't realize that. He came from there. Let's go down here, and when asked about Tucker Carlson, let's see what she said. Some former Fox News employees will point out on air that hosts like Tucker Carlson have been personally friendly to them. Totally, of course, she says. Therein lies the struggle for all of us. Which one is the real person? The people who are railing against and saying all sorts of toxic stuff on the air, or the people in the green room who are really nice and ask about your kids? So now we have two people. Two people, speaking of Tucker Carlson, saying that he's ABC on the air, but he's XYZ personally. Now, you could say, well, I don't trust either one of these articles. Anybody can say anything. Really? Okay, let's look at Tucker Carlson's past. Born in San Francisco, California. Television career. You ready for this? CNN, 2000 to 2005. He hosted The Spin Room. He hosted a weekly public affairs program on PBS. 2005 to 2008. He was with MSNBC. So the first 8 years of his career, he worked for a liberal news network. His father was hip deep in public broadcasting and liberal-leaning broadcasting. The man's name is Dick Carlson. Guys, trust me when I tell you, there are no conservatives in Manhattan. There are no conservatives in Manhattan. I don't care what they say. It's a shtick. It's a game. We have two people, Allison Camerata and Sidney Powell, two people that probably couldn't be more diametrically opposed at the moment, saying the same thing. Tucker Carlson is one person in private and another person on the air. And then we also can look in his past and we can see this, that he gets his roots from liberal media. And I'm sure many of you have forgotten when one of his writers, who was under a pseudonym, put all sorts of horrible stuff online and had to be fired for doing so when he got caught. Now, why would Tucker Carlson have needed to hire one of these guys from the ultra-right, from the alt-right? If he was truly of a conservative bent and had a conservative thought in his head, he shouldn't have needed writers. You see, this is the point. This is the point with these people. And you can look up, and in fact, first pinned comment, I will give you the Wikipedia for Tucker Carlson, and the link to Allison Camerata, and the link to Sidney Powell. And you can read for yourself. And you can understand from the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, plus other facts. By their fruit ye shall know them. Now, if you think these people are all happy and all excited about the Biden win, think again. This is a CNN article. An incredibly traumatic 24 hours, New York City school closure set off new round of infighting. You see, that's what this image was all about. You see, they can't come to grips with the fact that their liberal ideology results in tyranny. Their liberal ideology results in tyranny. And on that note, I would like you to say a prayer for Matthew Stafford and his wife Kelly, 2 children of the South, so to speak, him being from Texas, her being from Georgia. This is where they met many years ago. He is now the quarterback for the Detroit Lions. She recently had a moment of honesty. His wife did. Said that she was tired of the dictatorship in Michigan. Now she had, of course, recant and apologize because, everybody lit her up about it. But she had a moment of clarity and a moment of honesty because they're caught betwixt and between. Because he just signed an immense contract with the Lions. This is where they live, so I don't feel too horrible for them, but they're caught in a place where they have to decide, do I want to live in comfortable dictatorship, or do I want to maybe lose some of that luxury and go someplace where I can feel free again? Now I say pray for them because it was just last year that she went through having a brain tumor. and made it through that. And now all this. And there's some things money can't buy. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. In fact, I said it on my live stream at Twitch. And maybe I said it here too, I can't really remember, but if you gave me a choice between being a ditch digger living in my car in Florida or having a 40-hour-a-week job with benefits living in a house in Michigan, I would live in my car, dig ditches 7 days a week in Florida. Let me say it again for clarity. Given the choice between digging ditches 7 days a week and living in my car in Florida, or having a 40-hour-a-week job living in a house in Michigan, that's not even a contest for me. I stay in Florida. And she's proof of it. Even living in all that luxury, she's like, I'm tired of living in a dictatorship. People value freedom over money. Now, when it comes to the topic of people telling you what you want to hear, I want you to think about this image again. Way back in 2016, when I first started this channel, I said, he's telling you what you want to hear, and you're believing it. He's telling you what you want to hear, and you're believing it. Person on the right is telling you what you don't want to hear. It's telling you the truth. And look where we are. As conservatives, we need to look in the mirror and figure out where the problem is. You see, so many people have come to me from the image in the upper left say, people can change, people can change. Apparently only Donald Trump can. Not other people. Those of us who were of a more libertarian bend wanted another choice in 2016. You see, Florida is Florida and free and a republic and has people that respect the rule of law, not because of Donald Trump, because of Ron DeSantis, because of our local mayors and our local sheriffs, not because Donald Trump didn't deliver that to us. We delivered that to ourselves in our local elections, and amazingly, all of the voter fraud attempts didn't work in Florida. Ask yourself a question, why? Don't tell me they didn't try. Florida's the biggest swing state, the biggest prize, every election. Every election. In fact, this is the first time I believe a candidate has won Florida and not allegedly won the election in a very, very long time. I'd have to look that up. So trust me when I'm telling you this. I have facts to back it up. He's a fraud. He's a liberal. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing. By two or more, a thing is established. That's Bible. And now we have two people pretty much telling you the exact same story, but nobody is seeing it. So I guess I will just leave it there and let you guys make your own decision. Like, share, subscribe.